So this is a very secure way of doing it. And by doing this, I can do the so-called murder stroke without having to worry about cutting myself. And I can do it pretty strongly, like that, no problem, without an issue. You see, no blood, no cuts, no problem. The other way is by wrapping all the fingers around the blade. And this is how they commonly depict it in the manuals. They seem to have all fingers wrapped around the blade and do strike like that, which is less comfortable. I can definitely feel the edge digging into my skin a little bit, but the crucial part here is you do not allow it to slide in your hand. If I make sure that I have a firm grip on this, I can bash the sucker no problem. And again, when using half sorting in order to thrust, I personally prefer the pinching grip, because you don't really need to wrap it around like that. You're going to have more than enough control. Really, the idea behind this is just that you have more control over the point. So I basically increase my accuracy. I can much more easily stab into the gaps of the armor if I hold it like this. Plus, I'm also reducing the flex of the blade. It's almost as if I only had this length of blade. So this here is actually pretty easy. I'm just going to move the camera a little bit because I don't want to thrust into the steel reinforced side, but just from this side here. So I can pretty easily thrust here, even with enough force to actually penetrate there. And I do not have to worry about my fingers at all. One thing I can tell you is that even thin leather gloves make quite the difference. It's mostly psychological, really, because if you're holding it properly, there's not really anything that can happen to you. But even with thin gloves like this, and these would really provide no substantial protection. The blade would cut right through these, no problem, into your skin. But at the same time, I feel that they give me a little more grip